I'm sold. Here, let's go sign me up, baby.
Let's do it.
Let's build me a grand home. Hey, I'm Scott Baxter, your local Lake Life Realtor here in the northern Rockwall area. I'm in the Breezy Hill community. I'm at Grand Homes, and we're just about to have an interview with Spencer, a sales associate here at Grand Homes, and we're going to take a look at this house that I'm in, which is pretty incredible. So let's take a look. So we're just about to take a tour of the Grand Whitehall, but I wanted to bring in Spencer, the sales associate here in Grand Homes, just to answer some questions and get down to the nitty-gritty details of what it takes. So thanks for joining us, man.
My pleasure, Scott. Thanks for having me.
What house are we in right now?
So guys, we are in the Grand Whitehall, which in my community has been the #1 seller. As you can see, has a ton of open space, over 50 windows, so a lot of natural light coming into your home.
I love this whole grand opening into the pool area.
One of the things I love about this, Scott, is it has a 13 by 18 covered patio. It's the largest covered patio that we have on any of our plans here in Breezy Hill.
And that's what you need in summertime.
Absolutely.
You need those covered times.
Right?
So what's the square footage on this house, and what dimensions can we do?
Sure, so this house starts as a one-story plan, 3-bed, 3-bath, 2377 in terms of square footage. This house can be as big as a 6-bed, 5-bath, 3940 square foot home. Now there's a couple things that we can change about this plan, right? So because we're semi-custom, we can add a mother-in-law suite, which would take this house over 4,000 square feet. It can go from a 3-bed, 3-bath to a 4-bed, 4-bath, 5-bed, 5-bath, or 6-bed, 5-bath. So a lot of options with this home.
And this one has a mother-in-law suite, but we were talking earlier and you were like, well, that could be changed into a garage, could be changed into a gym, can be changed into a nursery. People do lots of different things with it.
Absolutely.
And the options are just limitless, apparently. I mean, apparently they'll make a hallway here and just move the whole house over if you want. So
if we need to, yeah, absolutely.
It's total custom build. That's what I like about Grand Homes.
So one of the things we specialize with is life space, right? And so the life space is designed to follow people through the various stages of their life. So like you said earlier, if you need the nursery, if you're into fitness and you want a gym, as long as the space fits within my build line, that means that the ground is treated to support the weight of the home, we can build it.
Let's talk about the Yeti Cooler aspect of the whole thing. It's like the best line I've ever heard, by the way. It's like being in a Yeti Cooler. So can you explain to everybody what it's like being in a Yeti Cooler and living in a Yeti
Cooler? So it's a saying that started with the president of the company, Mr. Stephen Brooks. And so we build with 2x6s, not the 2x4s. So your insulated walls with the 2x6 has R19 insulation. And then we put thermal sheathing. We wrap that around your entire house, right? It's about 1 inch padding, very durable, helps keep your house cooler, about 5 to 8 degrees cooler. And so it's the equivalent of taking your home and putting it in a Yeti Cooler, is the way we like to put it.
And you were saying a client was in July in one of these new builds,
Yep.
and it was about this big?
Yes, so they built a replica of this house, mother-in-law suite. It was about 4,100 square feet. And in July, their bill came due August 2nd at $127.77.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
I have a home built about 2000 and it's a lot higher. It's a lot higher.
But the beautiful thing about new build is that it's going to give you that energy cost control. We don't think about this, but in Texas, in the summertime, some people bills go as much as $600 a month, right?
Yeah.
And so our job as Grand Homes is that we control that energy cost better than any other builder.
And that's same goes for the wintertime when it gets
Absolutely.
those icy streets out.
Absolutely.
So it kind of seems like new houses, in my opinion, are easier to get into as far as like down payments and stuff than a normal used house would get. And so can you go into that for me?
Sure. So we have a very simple process. It's $30,000 for our community deposit plus 100% of our structural. So because we're semi-custom, anytime that we add, remove, delete, change, there's going to be a cost. And because it becomes a custom home once we begin moving walls, Grand Homes does require 100% of those structurals to be covered up front. So very easy for entry. Like I said, deposit, you cover your structurals, and then we get you started on the process.
Okay, so let's say structurals for dummies. What is a structural exactly?
So great question. You guys are going to see the sliding glass doors in this video. That's a structural change. Standard, it's a wall of windows, 3 foot by 7 foot windows. We get some people that say, hey, I want a wine closet, or I want to enlarge this room. Maybe we need to add 60 square feet to a space, right? We're moving walls. So anytime wall movement happens, there's a cost associated with that, and that's a structural charge.
And they probably put that structural charge because, you know, if you're building a custom home to your liking and you back out, then how do they sell that spec home to somebody else that maybe doesn't want that sort of custom itemization?
Because it's designed to that specific client's taste.
Yeah.
So if somebody back out, that means that Grand Homes is left having to sell it. And so we just make sure that people put skin in the game to commit to the custom process.
Well, I'm sold. Here, let's go sign me up, baby.
Let's do it.
Let's build me a Grand Home. So what's it like living in Breezy Hill? What's going on up here?
So great question. As you know, as a realtor, anytime you buy a house, you also buy community, right? And so with Grand Homes, we always make sure that we build in the best communities, the best areas. So we have elementary and middle school, literally 5 minutes from the community, short commute. You have 2 grocery stores, Tom Thumb and Kroger's. We have 205. We're situated off of John King. So once you cross over 552 in John King, that's where Breezy Hill is located in North Rockwall. But the beautiful part about it is that you have access to all 3 main arteries out without running into the traffic. So that's a great part about Breezy Hill. It has a $700 a year HOA, has a community pool, pond, and a park with walking trails, and a 1.79% property tax.
1.7% property tax is one of the lowest in Dallas-Fort Worth,
Absolutely.
to be honest.
Yep.
That bridge, you're by downtown, and downtown is an awesome area. It's really old style, but it's built up into a really artsy style deco, small, and it's very quaint, and it's a really nice area to be in.
And Scott, one thing I like about downtown, like almost every week, they do a farmer's market in downtown Rockwall. It gives you an opportunity to try some of the local products here in Rockwall. So you think about community and culture, Rockwall has it.
It really does.
We're located on Lake Ray Hubbard, 22,000 acre lake.
And that's why I call myself the Lake Life Realtor, because I'm in Rockwall, and Rockwall is the spot to be in. The thing I like about Rockwall is it's right on a lake, of course, because if you like boating, if you like that lifestyle, it's right there. The crime is absolutely low. There's plenty to do here. Everything's here, like Costco, In-N-Out Burger, lots of stuff on the water to do, like restaurants and activities. And it's just a really good place to raise your family. And
Here's a fun fact. Rockwall ISD, as a collective, is a top 15 ISD in the entire Metroplex.
I would totally agree with that sentiment right there.
And here's why that's important. Whether you have kids or you don't have kids, if you think about reselling your investment in the future, people are looking to buy where there are great ISDs.
Yes, and next to a lake.
And next
a
to
lot
a
of
lake. Can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Without the waterfront premium, of course.
And that's what this offers. It's off the water a little bit. It's northern Rockwall, and this is a really nice area. Like Rockwall, Heath High School is in the south. I mean, that's where my kids go. If there's another high school up here, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, and those guys are on par with everything. They go to championship football games. They pretty much are on par with all their education. What other items do we have in Breezy Hill? We have a pool. We have a pond,
Community park, walking trails.
And do you know how long the walking trails are in here?
I don't know exact mileage, but it's throughout the entire community. So if you go to like the community park, you're gonna see trails that branch out, kind of like little veins throughout the community.
That's good, because then your kids can just like roll on lots.
And that's another thing. We have a lot of kids in the community riding on the golf cart. Very, very active community, guys. Like every single week during the summertime, they're doing something at the pool. I've seen crawfish bowls, snow cones. Like families go to the pool to
so
hang
family
out.
events.
It is. It's very family oriented, tight knit community.
So you have golf carts here.
You do?
And they're allowed to go in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And you have the Rockwall Athletic Golf Club is like less than 10 minutes away from the community. So if you're a golfer, You can practice on your swing in less than 10 minutes away.
I like that. This is a great community up here. How many lots do you have left as of December 2023, which is now?
As of today, we have 12 lots remaining. I actually have a couple in play, so you want to definitely come see us before we wind those numbers down. We have 70 by 120 size lots. We have 80 by 120. We have 84 by 120. I only have one of those corner lots remaining. And I have two 80 by 125s. So 12 lots, 12 more sales, and we are closing out. But as of December 5th, we have an incentive of $50,000 at our design studio. In addition to that, when you build, we also have a 2-to-1 rate buy down. I want to take a deep dive into that for a second.
Sure. Are you talking about interest rates?
Interest rates.
Let's go on interest rates.
It is so important, guys. Like, the biggest difference between resale and building new construction is that as a builder, we have those incentives to make that purchase more comfortable for you. So the benefit of buying down your rate is that it gives you time to let those interest rates come down. Can I paint a scenario really quick?
Sure.
So let's just say that you're building. We have an 8 to 9 month build time. So you put a contract in, you got 21 days to finalize your design appointment. Your plan goes to the architect, engineering department, and then out to the city of Rockwall. Rockwall is running on about 45 days for plan approval. Once that plan comes back to us in 6 to 7 months, you're moving in. Now, 8 months worth of build time. Once you close, you skip a month in mortgage payments, and then that mortgage payment will come due that following month, okay? That's when your interest rate comes, or it really comes into play. The beautiful part about that is that your interest rate doesn't lock until you're 60 days from closing. So some lenders can do 90, talk to your lender, but typically about 60 days from closing, that's when we're gonna start to look to lock your rate. So wherever interest rates are, if it's at 6.5%, we're gonna take you down to 4.5% for the first 12 months of your mortgage payments, 5.5% for the second 12 months, and then in year 3, you'll lock at 6.5%. Best case scenario is that they drop below 6.5%, and then you can refinance anytime without penalty.
Yeah, I just read that the Fed is going to drop interest rates this next year in 2024. But at the same time, when that happens, what happens to all the houses on the market? Hello, mama.
So the housing prices are going to skyrocket.
And that's why I think it's like one of the best times to buy right now, because interest rates, you can always finagle those in the future.
Right.
Housing prices, you can't. And to be honest, the housing prices are going to skyrocket once everybody digs in, and that's probably going to be March, April 2024, maybe even earlier. And in order to get in earlier, I think that's the smart thing to do. That's what I would do.
Well, if you start building now and you don't close for 8 to 9 months, you're right on par for when those interest rates come down. You're locking and moving in, right? You're getting that buy down, and you can refinance anytime. Now, something else that Grand does is that when we contribute towards a rate buy down, let's say you refinance and there's $8,000 in escrow that you haven't spent coming from Grand Homes. We're gonna take that $8,000 and apply it to your principal, so you don't lose the money when you refinance.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good job, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you from everybody in the world. Thank you, Spencer.
You're welcome. I mean, we are full of surprises here in Breezy Hill. We have a price improvement price sheet coming this week, guys. So you're gonna wanna stop in, give Scott a call, come see me, guys, because we're gonna improve our prices for closeout.
I like that. I think everybody likes that. So if you're thinking about coming into the Rockwall area, we have a lot of people coming in from California. We have a lot of people coming in from Seattle. We have a lot of people coming in from Florida, from Alabama. I mean, these are some hot spots that are coming into Rockwall, into this small Texas town feel, because they're tired of where they're at. And I gotta say, we moved here 2 years ago from Seattle, and we love it.
And here's the other side of that coin. We all mentioned everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Right.
Bang for buck, guys. You're gonna get the best return on your investment in Rockwall for years to come. You go to Collin County, what I can build here, you're probably gonna pay 1.2, 1.3 million in Collin County. If you go to urban, everything is landlocked, so the prices are sky high for new construction. You're gonna get the land, the space, the square footage. We literally are able to give you everything at still a reasonable price.
Yeah, I think Rockwall is one of those areas that's gonna just keep on going up and up and up in value, because it is right on the lake, and it does have good schools, and it does have low crime. It has everything that you want in a community, And I looked far and wide, and this is where I chose to be. And now I'm just sharing the news.
And he's gonna reap the benefits when it's time to sell, right?
Exactly. And when I move into my new grand home,
and you sell and you get that appreciation, you're gonna be like, yes.
I'll totally move into one of these.
Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
We can go design your plan. I will have your vision executed in the next hour. But I can get you about 47 to 4,900 square feet in Breezy Hill. So our Downton Abbey plan, that's the plan with the double staircases. Without adding mother-in-law suites and extra spaces, its largest 6-bedroom, 5-bath plan is 4,700 square feet.
Spencer, thank you very much for all the info, man.
My pleasure, Scott.
It is, I'm sure everybody, including me, just got a lot from that. And come over to Grand Homes here in Breezy Hill. Remember, only a couple lots left. If I can help you in any way, Spencer can help you in any way, just let us know. And have a great one, guys. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
That was good.
Right? That's gonna be entertaining.